Welcome everyone to
Soul's Talking Brain.
Woohoo!
Brain. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Fabulous, I'm sure, because I'm doing fabulous. Are you doing fabulous?
I'm doing fabulous.
All right. Looks like we're all doing fabulous. Okay, so the show's over. Let's go. Just kidding.
Welcome, welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on Soul's Talking Brain today. We have a very, very melodically harmonic show for all of us. And I think the title is The Mystical Magic of Trance Dance, Sound, and Sacred Geometry. How much more fantabulously, fabulously phenomenal can one be? Yay!
Yeah.
So, essentially, we're talking today about manifestations of energy, and beyond that, the ability of each of we to consciously choose how to be affected by and what to be affected by, as well as affecting on the physically manifest realm of our existence with respect to energy.
That's right. Energy being you and me, everything in this world, everything and anything being energy. The absolute essence of everything that is
energy.
Energy.
Right. And
yeah.
So energy, we just want to actually I do believe we dedicated an entire show.
We did. We had
this very fundamental truth of our beingness, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we had an entire show, and this was actually one of the very first shows that we did.
Yes.
To introduce that, and
so we just want to touch upon it briefly because it's actually of enormous importance. As a foundation for the understanding of that which we'll be discussing today.
Yeah.
So everything we are speaking to today is very scientifically based, and in order for us to move through the different levels of that which we're speaking to, we need to begin, as always, with the foundation, which is, as Aline said, everything
is energy. Yes.
Is energy. And so what does that mean? Everything is energy.
Yeah.
How would we like to explain that a little further?
It means a lot of different things, I'm sure, to different people. Because, it can mean, for example, somebody saying energy, it means to somebody can think electricity, right?
Right.
On that level.
Right.
But what we're talking about is on a level that is everything in your body. What you feel. Something, for example, when somebody has a feeling or is going through an emotion, it's an energy-based frequency. It's a vibration of what you're feeling, right?
There, you just got it. Yeah. All right. Yes, the vibration or frequency.
Yes.
So energy, which is everything, including electricity, and in fact,
everything is.
Our body operates.
Even these bracelets, everything, wood, matter, everything. The walls.
Yes, and as you were saying with respect to the body, the physical beingness, we actually operate based upon electromagnetic impulses that are coursing through our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
That starts off with the brain,
Mm-hmm.
and there are neurotransmitters that are firing electricity, in fact,
Mm-hmm.
in the brain, and then sending down these signals through our spinal cord and out to the rest of our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually electricity.
Yeah.
We just don't see it because it's within our beings, but it actually is, which is one of the main reasons that we are 70% water. Moving forward from there, if we can look at the actual constructs of energy
Mm-hmm.
and the, thank you, wow, and the ways that energy works,
Mm-hmm.
right, is to understand that energy is never still.
Mm-hmm.
It's always in motion.
Yes, of course. Yes. Well, it's the energy, if you think of it, as far as vibrational frequency goes.
Yes, which
it
is what
it
makes
is in
it,
constant
yes.
motion. It doesn't. I don't think anything that is a vibration of feeling is, you would think of it as a sort of, like when you look at, for example, when you're playing your stereo. And nowadays, the stereo has those little LCD little screens that actually show whether it's a green little fluorescent light or yellow light, but that's going vibrating like this according to the sound or the volume when somebody's speaking, right? So that is the vibration. It's similar to that in a sense of the vibration that
The
is
oscillations
yes.
of the vibration
Yes.
of the energy, which again, and again, we're just going through some of the basics here, but with the understanding that energy is never still. It's always oscillating.
Mm-hmm.
At whichever frequency it happens to be
Yeah.
oscillating, it
Yeah.
is always in movement. And therefore that movement creates a certain vibration or frequency or wave length, right? So if it's moving quickly, then the wavelength goes up and down very quickly.
Yeah.
Very much similar to the EEG, your heart rate, right? Your heart rate can go like this and
Yeah.
can go like this.
The heartbeat.
So
all of it.
It creates what we would see on a graph. If we were to plot it out,
Mm-hmm.
we would see a wavelength, right?
Yes. Well, it's
so
either it's done like this, or it is going like so.
like that, or it's going up and down. There's no preset
These are the
wavelength.
frequencies of sound that we're talking about. What we see on our stereos, or what we see on machines, for example, as far as visually.
It's the frequency of energy,
or even
just energy itself.
Heartbeats in the hospitals, you see them as well.
Yes, the EEG, which is what I was just mentioning.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's no specific way that any energy is waving, right? There's no one way. You can have an infinite number of ways for a wave to occur, for the energy to be vibrating.
It's just motion.
The point is,
and vibration.
the motion or the wave of the energy creates is that wave.
Yeah.
And what we're speaking to today is the physically manifest experience of that energy's vibration.
Yes.
Right? And physically manifest, not necessarily at a human level. For example, you had mentioned sound, which is one of the physically manifest ways that we do experience energy's vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
But dogs, for example, as our dog was just sitting here chewing himself up 2 seconds ago, hears sounds at a different pitch that we are completely unaware to.
Yeah.
And yet that is a sound wave that exists.
Okay, well, what do you mean by the different pitch sounds of a specific sound?
Not of a specific sound. Energy creates different sounds. Mm-hmm. I'm saying, but this is the physical manifestation of energy's vibration. But we are not necessarily always aware of the physical manifestation of it, because it might be out of the range of our sensory awareness in this physical vessel.
Okay.
So giving the example that dogs, for example, have an awareness of sounds at a physically manifest level that we are not aware of, and yet it is physically manifest.
Okay.
So sound, as with sight, and touch is physical manifested experiences of this vibration, no wave of energy that is everything.
Yeah, exactly. So today's topic, being that we wanted to be able to bring this forth into the awareness of everything being energy and frequency and sound, is, as you'll see below, the mystical magic of trance dance and the sound of sacred geometry.
Yes.
The sound of sacred geometry.
Yes.
So we're focusing on music, we're focusing on sound, we're focusing on frequencies, vibrational frequencies, and
their effects.
And the effects of
yes.
it on us, on everything, whether it's on human beings, on animals, on pretty much nature as
yes,
well.
Absolutely.
Everything, and the effect of it all around globally.
I would just like to say hello to Angela Lashik. Thank you, Angel, for coming. You said you would, and you have, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you as we venture through this wonderful journey. And to our guest, whomever you happen to be, thank you for joining all of we. This is an open forum for community. So please do feel free to share your words of love's light with all of we. It is the purpose of that which we are doing here, to elucidate and inspire pondering and dialogue and community.
And exactly. That means all of you watching and being quiet, or just knowing that this is, we are opening the forum to have this discussion. We are here to share our opinions, our ideas, to share what we know. And we would like to hear what you know and sharing your ideas. And so this is an open forum. So just quickly before we begin, continue on. Obviously, you will see on your on their right side.
Here.
Up here. If you're watching this live, you'll see that you've got a chat tab and a social stream tab. So you can sign in through social stream, which is you can use Facebook, MySpace, AIM, and Twitter, and sign in through your credentials there and be able to communicate with us. We'll be seeing what you're saying. We'll be able to share in our ideas and vice versa. And the chat tab is, if you've got a Ustream account, you can sign in there and you'll do pretty much the same thing. So there's many ways to interact here. And
you can also catch us live right on Facebook.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to leave your Facebook account.
That's right.
If you do have a Facebook account, you can just go to
right here. If you just go into sorry, this isn't
there we go,
the right address. So we've got a Facebook fan page, which is Soul Talking Brain on Being Love fan page,
which is our channel here on Ustream, is Being Love.
That's right.
We're being love.
Is that's a shorter version of the URL, but you can also just type in Soul Talking Brain on Being Love on Facebook, and you'll get to our page. And from there, you'll be able to watch the show right within Facebook if you don't want to leave Facebook, right? So, and of course, if you haven't liked the page, please go ahead and do, and you'll be up to date with everything else that we're doing here on Soul Talking Brain.
Yes. Right now with Facebook, instead of joining, you're liking, which is just another way of expanding Being Love.
That's
as far as I'm concerned. So like it a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
So we have something.
We've got something prepared. Yes. Before we
further our explanation.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, being that what we just discussed is the frequencies and the sound, we're going to have you watch something for a little bit. So please do pay attention. The video is actually, the person actually speaking in the video is speaking a little bit fast. So you've got to just pay attention and grab what you can, and then we're going to be discussing what this video is talking about. So I hope you enjoy it. It's phenomenal.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself. Open up your ears to hear, so that you may allow for the wisdom that is being provided to enter into your being, so that when we come back from this fabulous video, we can continue with this wonderful discussion about the mystical magic of trance dance and the sound of sacred geometry.
Yeah. So We'll be right back. Enjoy.
Sacred geometry was preserved throughout history in Freemasonic circles, since it was believed to be important knowledge revealing the secrets of our universe. The secret of sacred geometry is that vibrations or sounds form geometric patterns. Goethe reputedly said that indeed geometry is frozen music. Music is geometry, and geometry is music. The basis of the universe is form and pattern. Both are organs of perception, and the phenomenal world we perceive seem to be best understood as systems of pure pattern, or as geometric structures of form and proportion. Due to this, many ancient cultures chose to examine reality through the metaphors of geometry and music. Sound, like word and rhythm, forms the trinity of the shamanic power of language. Sound of a certain octave is reputedly able to produce psychic, psychological, or emotional effects, and also freeze water, kill a man, or break down walls, as in the biblical legend of Jericho. The frequency of 432 hertz is deeply intertwined in nature. However, most music worldwide has been tuned to 440 hertz since the International Standards Organization endorsed it in 1953, following the prior recommendation of the Nazi Party spokesman Joseph Goebbels in 1939. Research suggests that the international standard of 440 hertz tuning generates a deliberate unhealthy effect in the environment and human physiology. According to Brian T. Hollins, it brings about an unnatural 8 hertz change in how we think and how our DNA regulates our genetic makeup. The structure of certain sacred architecture contains within it complex geometry which mimic the biogeometry of life and generate harmonics that have a noticeable effect on people's states of awareness. When combined with the chants and mantras, people could quite literally massively amplify their consciousness. There is pervading the whole universe a single homogeneous resonance, a sound or tone which acts, so to speak, as the awakener or vivifying power, stirring all the molecules into action. Without this resonance or motion amongst the quiescent particles, there would be no visible universe. Alexander Lauterwasser writes in The Creative Music of the Universe, at the physical level, the intricacies, beauty, and interrelationships of what can be called the superconscious designs of the universe are gradually being revealed. From this perspective, there is no essential difference between the structure of an atom, galaxy, a chakra, a crop circle, or even the Sufi whirling dervish ceremony. It is only a matter of scale and perception. As above, so below. Within these phenomena lies something, some process perhaps that suggests the superconscious design with its fundamental archetypal patterns and displays of unity. Professor Robert Moon at the University of Chicago has demonstrated that the entire periodic table of elements, literally everything in the physical world, is based on these same 5 forms. Sacred geometric shapes can occupy both a static and dynamic position. The static position is a low entropy state, whereas the dynamic position is a high entropy state. Hence, geometry can be used for both destructive and creative purposes. To give an empirical example related to the dodecahedron, Moon showed that the last natural element of the periodic table, uranium, was based on the form of 2 connected dodecahedra being torn apart. This rupture creates a toxic nuclear radiation. Interestingly enough, the most intriguing of all platonic solids and the most mystically significant is the dodecahedron, i.e. the 5th element, aether. The ancient Greeks considered knowledge of the dodecahedron a closely guarded secret and feared that this pattern could cause tremendous destruction if misused. Only hints at this pattern's existence were given publicly, as in Plato's famous statement that the Earth seen from above appears like a 12-sided leather ball. Modern Russian scientific research has discovered that there is indeed a dodecahedral pattern to the Earth's crust. The Earth is a living crystal, with energy meridians much like the human body. Further to this, findings in 2003 from NASA reveal that the shape of the universe is a dodecahedron based on phi, the golden ratio. The dodecahedron was also found to have importance in relation to DNA. Dr. White mapped out the relationship between the amino acids across the 3D surface and found that it formed a dodecahedron. The universe is a dodecahedron, the Earth is a dodecahedron, DNA folds into the dodecahedron. As above, so below. As you sit here, millions of cells are splitting, undergoing mitosis, and the whole process is being guided by hyperdimensional geometry. Phi, the golden ratio, 1.618, is the universal constant of the design within the physical, i.e. phi cycle, reality. Phi can be found throughout the universe, from the spirals of galaxies to the spiral of a Nautilus seashell, from the harmony of music to the beauty in art, from the microscopic to the macrocosmic. The constant symmetry of the golden ratio throughout nature also attests to the holographic nature of reality. In the 15th century, Fibonacci discovered that if you add 1 to itself, then 2 to 1, then the sum 3 to 2, and the sum 5 to 3, etc., then you end up with a series of numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, etc. The ratios of these one to another dance around and approach more and more closely to the golden ratio. These ratios describe the most efficient way of packing spirals about themselves.
How cool
Yeah.
was that?
Cool.
Total.
So cool.
So before we did the video, when we were discussing the precepts of energy, we had mentioned that there's all different vibrations, different wavelengths by which energy can vibrate or oscillate and creates different waves, frequencies. And I had mentioned that there's no one specific frequency by which energy oscillates or vibrates. And yet, there are specific frequencies of energies, oscillations that do manifest different things, as we've just seen in this video.
It's this video, I just recently saw this for the first time for me, and it really is got a lot of information, and it's really sort of packed up into, I don't even know, was it like about 5 minutes? 5 minutes. It's really
It did
packed
end abruptly, didn't it?
And it does end abruptly. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the video was cut or not, but it is a lot of information. And just if you want to go back and watch the video later on, we have the show recorded, so you can come back and watch the recording of the show as well, and or go to YouTube and actually type in, and you can watch it on YouTube as well. But in the beginning of the video, it starts talking about the what's the word?
I'm not sure.
The
Sound
music,
vibration.
the sound where they actually made it the, I don't want to say mandatory.
Oh, the tone by the hertz level by which people
level.
are now tuned, that people have been tuning their instruments to 540 instead of 532.
What this
and 532 hertz.
Yeah, what we're talking about is when somebody is tuning your instrument, like the piano, the guitar, you're when you want to tune it, you tune it to a specific
tone. Yes.
Tone,
yes.
Okay, which is a standard tone.
Like when you're getting your piano tuned.
Yes, and and anybody can tune it. And how are they tuning it? Because they're following a standard tone.
Ding!
That they're tuning their instruments to.
Which is at a vibrational frequency for most, based upon the standards as we've seen in this video, of 540, which is actually not a tone that is vibrating to a natural rhythm that is to our benefit.
Which is the standard. So what is the standard?
The standard right now is 540, which is against a natural positive flow of effect physically onto E.
Right.
Whereas the tone by which we can create positivity, which would be close to that, would be, I just lost myself, 440, 432, which is actually 432 hertz is the frequency of creation itself.
So it's incredible to me. I didn't know this. I don't know if any one of you who's watching this live right now know about this, or if anyone who is watching this recorded knows about this. I just thought that you're tuning your instrument to a tone that I didn't really think much about it. I didn't really think.
And she's a singer.
And yes, and I'm a singer. So I never thought about where the actual tone came from and who made that specific tone that you're tuning it to. I just thought it was like by ear, or just, because it's just natural sound and how it's supposed to sort of be harmonious or in tune. Because if I'm singing in tune. I'm just naturally singing in tune. So that's how I figured. I didn't know that there is a standard. And that standard, in the beginning of the video, was talked about, was created by and I forget his name, it is in the video. in the 40s, into 1940s.
Yes.
In the
By
1940s.
a Nazi supporter.
Yeah.
Yes.
And has become the standard. Now this frequency,
things that make you go,
yeah, this frequency is the frequency that is the tone is supposedly not the best or the healthiest for the mindset of our psyche.
Yes. There's actually an enormous amount of frequencies that are very positive. We are going to just bring out here two of them. One being 432, which, as brought forth in the video, is the frequency by which creation or energy is brought forward into manifested physical realization. It is the frequency that promotes psychic telepathic abilities. It is a frequency that is a healing frequency of our 100 trillion electrical cellular cells, in molecular cells of our beingness, which allow for us to be in this physical body, or allow our physical bodies to be, and therefore us to be through them. And 528 is the other hertz frequency. 528 hertz is known as the love frequency, or solfeggio, I think is the appropriate pronunciation, frequency, which promotes feelings of blissful ecstasy, of love within those whom are listening to music that is toned to that frequency.
So so it's obviously the sound that is igniting a specific area of the human mind, of the human brain,
pineal gland.
The pineal gland, that what it does is it actually sort of like a flower just blossoms.
Yes. Oh, that's so beautiful.
And it sort of angelically blossoms this euphoric sort of experience in the mind and the feeling, which is really what happens when people are, experimenting and sort of more like the psychedelics.
Right, which we are not,
but it's
sitting
similar
in the
in
notion of experimenting or not experimenting.
Right.
We
but
are
strictly speaking, the music tone that allows for that to occur. Now,
without anything, actually.
Without any substances or anything else that is going to harm you in any way, shape, or form,
or enhance you.
or enhance you. Exactly. So and I always keep forgetting it's the 5. Which one is it? It's the
which one? Love or creation?
Love.
It's 528.
Love.
28.
The one that
528.
528.
Did you realize that, by the way?
528. No, is there a significance to 528?
I'm going to say it again for you.
Okay.
I'm not saying 528. I'm saying 5.
I don't know. I don't know right now.
28.
Okay. 28. 28 is a great number. 28. I love 28.
Yes.
Cycles of the moon.
For you personally.
I don't want to distract them by like the numbers. 528 enhances the tone. Okay. 528 hertz. Okay.
Yes.
Hertz, which is a tone, musical tone.
The frequency vibration of the energy. Yes. Which creates a certain sound tone.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got yeah. So amongst the tones that are available.
Amongst them. Because there's many, obviously. That
Infinite.
particular one enhances feelings of you would say love,
yes.
Loving feeling, just love.
Yes.
A feeling of just good.
Right.
Right?
Which, so does 432.
Well,
432 is a little bit more, I don't want to say more powerful, but 432 is known as the manifesting or creating
sort of the psyche,
tonality. It's kind of like the alchemizing tone that allows for thoughts to become manifest physically. Whereas love is like that, it's a euphoric feeling. 430, which is 528, 432 is more of an actual action of creation.
Right.
So, but both equally of mass importance and positivity. And if you do research, you can find, even on YouTube, if you go and look up for positive hertz, HERTZ, by the way, positive tones, sound tones, you will see there's a whole list of different tone waves and videos that are playing to those tones for different things, like just many different purposes that one may be looking to allow such a vibration to flow through.
Yeah.
I think what is of utmost importance that Aline and I are discussing here, and that I think we dove right into it without actually stating the importance of that which we are discussing, which is the fact that sound has an enormously overall exponentially affecting
affecting effect, okay,
lasting effect, manifesting effect.
It's infinite.
Upon
the effect
us.
is infinite. So so basically, you're saying that the sound in and of itself
affects
even
us.
though there's infinite sounds within sound. Tones within the sound. I can only imagine that how many different sounds that there are. Infinite. But the impact.
Yes, the impact.
The impact.
Thank you. Sound in and of itself has an impact upon us.
Yeah.
An impact that is potentially lasting. An impact that has the potential to cause you to feel euphoric. An impact that has the potential to manifest into physical reality, energy that may be otherwise unseen.
It's
from the formless through sound becomes the form.
Well, in music in general.
And now taking sound to the next step of something organized
level,
would be music.
Which would be music, right? Because there's sounds as and yes, and with anything, but when the whole euphoric feeling and the feeling of good as far as sounds goes, and feeling, sort of overwhelmed, or even I don't even want to say overwhelmed, or just
submerged in the fabulousness of the feeling.
Through sound, is the universal language, that which is the universal sound is actually music.
It's harmony. Well, everything, again, because everything that is, ever was, or will be, is energy, which is oscillating, and therefore, at some level of physical manifestation, has a sound. Whether we can hear it with our human ears or not, there is a sound of the vibration.
Yes.
The universe has a vibrating sound that we can be in harmony with, or not. And the fact that this vibrating sound has an effect on physical manifested reality.
Nature
has an enormous impactful meaning that we should all pay attention to.
Words not flowing.
Words are not flowing today.
Words are not flowing
because I'm feeling it.
Feeling it.
You're feeling it, but it's not flowing through the mouth.
So well, today we're focusing on sound and the vibrations. So obviously, words are kind of
Angela Lashik is saying there's so much about matter we don't know, and dark matter is this mass we cannot detect, and yet of course we know it is.
Yeah.
Your description speaks to that. We can experience that matter energy through vibration. Yes.
Yeah.
And so
that's right.
The fact that sound has this enormously awesome effect upon us, and then when we take sound into an organized composition, we have what we call music. And so then
which becomes even that much more of a combination of sounds.
a more combination of sounds at certain tonal frequencies that we can then choose what kind of music we are allowing ourselves to be exposed to and experiencing. And this is an enormous power of our free will to make such a choice with the knowledge and the awareness of the implications of the effects that sound in and of itself have upon our very state and nature of beingness.
Yes. Well, it is. It's what we are drawn to as well. It's the one most amazing thing that brings people together in this world, that brings them together like a wave of energy that just brings people together is music.
Yeah, you know,
it really brings the people together. It's
I
the
moved
one
to tears
essence
by music
of sound ignited, of sound created in different vibrations and tones, and this is all energy, mind you. Keep that in mind. That brings people together in such unity is remarkable. It's and in doing so, what it does on the internal level.
Yes.
Forget about bringing the. I mean, forget about it. It's all really good.
Yes. Let's not forget about any.
Let's not forget about any of it.
Yes,
all of it. Remember all of it, and
fabulous.
what it does to you and your mind and your and what it does to be able to expand the mind and the consciousness in order for the good of this world, not only for the self, but what it does which is what everything is.
For my own personal experience.
On a transformational level.
For my own personal experience, I am always, even if I'm just watching it, for example, as opposed to being one amongst the many whom are there, when you're watching a crowd of people who are gathering together, let's say 20,000 people gathering together for a concert.
Yeah.
And obviously, you've got people of every religion, race, culture, creed. They're all there. And the music begins to play. And before the music, they're all, this is what I believe in, and this is the way it is, and this is the truth.
Yeah.
And then the music begins. And all of these people who are sitting or standing in their own individual state of beingness, rock solid, all of a sudden the music begins and they're all swaying in the same
body
way.
Wants to move.
Everybody begins to move.
The wave.
As one.
Yeah.
And you notice when they...
It's contagious.
They put they take their lighters and they're all doing this. They're all doing it to the same rhythmic beat. They're all doing it the same way, and all of a sudden the entire crowd,
everybody just sort of waves,
and
it's such a natural thing to do.
Yes, and the entire crowd becomes one, which just honestly moves me to such tears of joy to see such a thing, and then to be able to participate within such an experience. And then to allow oneself to actually participate in an experience where you surrender yourself to the music. In other words, you allow for the music to vibrate through you and for you to vibrate upon the vibration of the music. And let go of anything and everything else, like all of these people in the concert. Let go of who they are outside of that concert.
Completely.
And let themselves be taken
by the music.
By the music.
Yeah, it's quite a miraculous and awe-inspiring. It is. We know it. Everybody knows it because everybody has experienced it. Yet it is something that I think that is awe-inspiring. It's still amazing, and everybody's still amazed, even though they've experienced it over and over and over and over again. It's still an amazing, euphoric feeling. On that note, we just want to take 2 seconds, quick break, and then we'll be right back with some more.
Hey, hey again, everybody.
Welcome back again. Yes, yes. Being on the topic of music, and then going with from first with sound and tone, and then bigger expanding the sound and the frequencies and vibrations into music, and then the effects of it on us, and then dance.
Well, yes, when one is allowing oneself to let the music flow through them, as we had said, from my personal experience watching the people, all of a sudden everyone is moving.
Yes.
When you allow yourself to be affected by the music, to submerge and surrender, and the music is flowing through you, and you are flowing upon the wave vibration of the music, you're flowing on the wave.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult to stand still if you're flowing and you have truly allowed yourself to go into the music and allowed the music to go through you in conscious awareness. You do begin to flow with the music. You do begin to move.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. There is I don't even know when it started, but when it started with different festivals, for example, music festivals where hundreds, if not thousands, of people gather together in an open space in nature. Woodstock was one where people came together,
yes.
and through music, and it's always through music. It's always through music and dance, where people are gathering together to speak the language of peace, to send a message of peace, to send a message of love, universally, globally.
Kind of like sacred geometry. It's in every aspect of our beingness.
Yeah. And
doesn't matter who you are or where you are. Like we saw in the video. Again, we were saying there's infinite number of frequencies. But yet we see that there are certain frequencies that are repeated no matter who we are or where we're at.
Yeah.
Like our propulsion to dance.
Yes, the dance is I think that vibration, those tunes and frequencies and the sounds, all of the feeling, all of it moving through you and allowing it to flow through dance allows for such a, I don't think there's anything like it. It's a liberating, freeing feeling of complete and utter moment feeling. You're in a moment.
You're in the now.
You're in
the
now.
now
Yes,
of your being.
in the now. And when you are, you really are not thinking of, all the stress that you've got or all the things that you have to do, where you got to go. When you're really enjoying and you're dancing and loving the music, you are just in that moment. And that is extremely important for us to live by.
Well, it's very much akin to meditation, right? There's never one way.
It is meditation
of doing anything, right? When you actually submerge yourself into music, and we're speaking here to music that obviously allows for a transcendence, and Aline is alluding to, with respect to the festivals, that which many may have heard of as called psy-trance dance. Psy as in psychedelic, trance as in transcendental, as in transcending. You are transcending out of the routine, out of the basal mind, out of the egoic fear conditioning, and into the true state of our quintessential beingness, by allowing self to go with the vibration of the frequency that is of positivity, and therefore being in the now of one's beingness, by allowing one to get into this psychedelic or altered state, which really, in truth, is our natural state. Our natural state is that which has been altered, which is why we need the psychedelic transcendental dancing, to experience the bliss and euphoria
right
of whom we truly are.
Yeah.
But it's also why it's so important and such a gift that it exists.
Yes.
So why don't we talk a little bit about trance dance, baby?
We could, we want to talk about trance dance, and then we want to be able to get to our good deed doer. As well. So if you want to get to our good deed doer right now, and then get back to trance dance.
Sure. Why don't we do that? As we're speaking about all of this positive vibration.
Yes. Why don't we do that?
Sorry.
Every week. I mean, every Wednesday. When right now, every other Wednesday, as our summer schedule for Soul Talking Brain show here live on Being Love, is got different segments, and this one segment is our good deed doer, and we feature somebody every week, a phenomenal person, and we're going to be doing that right now, and then we'll get back to dance and trance and psy-trance dancey dance.
I try to picture the man, to always have an open hand, see him as a given tree, and see him as matter of fact. He's not a beast, no, not the devil either, always a good deed doer, where it's laughter that we're making after all.
Julie Courtright, also known as Serafina Knows, which you can see at just underneath. There's a little address where you can find her on Facebook.
You know, when you're doing that, you're pointing at them.
Oh. So hi, all of you, lovely list.
So you can
loveliness, loveliness.
You could do like that. See?
There you go. So up there where she just pointed, you can see the address.
Up here.
Where Aline just pointed, is how you would find Julie on Facebook. And you want to find Julie on Facebook because Julie is quite the inspirational angel, which is another name for Serafina, is an angel. And she has dedicated her beingness to being the best I in me that she loves herself to be, for the benefit of all of we.
Yeah.
And she just gives generously of her beautiful heart to all of we. And we are blessed,
yes,
to be touched by her love.
Yes.
And so this week's good deed doer is Miss Julie Courtright, whom we say thank you, deep, big hugs of love's gratitude for choosing to be you.
Yeah, that's right. So facebook.com, and for her URL is you can reach her at serafina.knows, and you will be inspired for sure. Yeah. So Julie, thank you. And that is our good deed doer of this week's show.
And for those who were listening to the fabulous harmonics of our good deed doer melody, we thank emphatically Mr. Jason Mraz for his wonderful creations and compositions of Love's Light.
That's right.
Which definitely do benefit all of we. Mm-hmm. So we thank you, we thank you. It is from one of his songs, which is Live High.
Live High.
Yes, Live High. Go check it out. Definitely something you would like to be listening to. So, trance dance.
Trance dance.
Frequencies, tonalities, oscillations, energy, sound, music.
Why we're bringing up psy-trance? Why are we focusing on psy-trance as far as when we're talking about dance and
that type of music,
specifically when people are getting together on a bigger level, on a festival level, or on a level that is letting go and just being love.
Right, which you can do in your own home.
That's
completely
right.
alone.
Yeah.
that will still make an impact not only on you but exponentially. Any positivity that you partake within automatically affects the all, because you are always connected, because energy is never contained in any one of our vessels. We are continuously giving off and receiving energy from the world as we're breathing in air, which is energy, and exhaling it out, that someone else will then breathe it in and exhale it out. There is a continuous interchange.
Yeah.
And so if the energy that you are exhaling out is an energy of a higher frequency of love, which can be affected positively by sound, then you are exponentially affecting all when you are choosing to partake in such activities. As Aline had mentioned at the very beginning of our show today, the tonality that most instruments are tuned to is 440, which is not a positively enhancing tune.
Why is it not a positively? This is it's why it's not a positive.
It's not harmonizing in its wavelength.
Where this is scientific fact, where the actual tone is done tests does not within the mind, within the brain, does not reach the specific areas of what's the word I want to say,
the centers?
Expansion of mind, expansion of the psychic ability of the mind, the natural ability of the mind to blossom.
Right. Oh yes, you had mentioned that wonderful analogy to the blossoming flower.
And why is it not good is that it actually promotes or sort of ignites more of the egoic aspects of that reside within ourselves, which for example is the emotion of sadness, the emotion of anger, etc.
Yes.
So interesting. It's very interesting.
And when we look at trance,
and that's the bad one is
440 hertz.
440 hertz is the one that does not. And the one that is, there's two.
There's many more than two, but the two main kahunas are
the main kahuna
are 432 and 528.
Yes.
And trance music is usually music that is electronically
created. Well,
created
it is electronica. Yeah.
Played with, and the hertz levels are consciously chosen to be at levels that are uplifting to the being.
Yes.
So therefore, trance music, not only electronica, but electronica in the essence that it is consciously, intentionally mimicking nature's rhythmic beats.
Vibration. Yes.
Right?
Nature's beat.
Yes. So there's a lot of heartbeat. There's a lot of buzzing like you would hear from bees or hummingbirds. It's very much based on the quintessential level of that which you would hear when you strip away music and you just hear the vibration, which is what we all are. Which is energy, which is constantly oscillating, and therefore there is some sort of a hum from that oscillation.
It's like the natural vibrational sound of nature in and of itself, within all the different sounds of nature included. That being said, which is the actual natural sounds within your body, heartbeat, the breathing, all of these sounds incorporated, which is all incorporated with psytrance, with house and trance dance, transcendental dance music.
Again, understanding that the actual true name is psychedelic transcendental music.
Yeah.
As in transcending the norm of the vibration of heaviness that most of us experience in the world as it has become based upon fear conditioning and 440 hertz tonalities.
Yeah.
Angela Lashik has said something.
Oh, and you mentioned harmonizing. That can amplify vibration where there are two places of vibration, I think.
I would love it, sweet Angela Lashik, if you could expand upon that which you are speaking to. Definitely, any harmonizing that occurs has an amplifying or exponential effect, whether it be positive or negative. Everything is exponentially affecting, because you start with the one, as in the one individual. That one individual does have an amplifying exponential effect upon the all.
Yeah.
And so everything that we do
yes.
is exponentially amplifying. And this is why we are so dedicated in our own personal lives as well as our professional lives to doing the best that we can do, to staying persistent, committed, and dedicated to being love. Hence why we are here sharing all of this with all of you.
That's right. It is everything that we do. Speaking of, before we forget, I would like to make mention that on the level of love and enlightenment and journeying through self-love, which really is where everything begins. Coming next Friday, we've got Radiating Love show with Roni and Aline. It's every second Friday now on summer schedule, and it's at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Summer schedule is almost done.
Almost done, I know.
I know.
We have to definitely will keep you posted on how we're going to be doing the shows and what times and the schedules and so on. But for next Friday, which will probably be are we still August or is it September coming? We're 18th. I think we're still August.
Let me tell. I think it's August. I will tell you specifically. August the 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah, it's
right here on the Being Love Ustream channel is our second show.
Yeah,
which is Radiating Love.
Yeah, if you just go to Being Love, the actual, which is the user, which is, if you just click there, you'll see the different shows that we've got. Or you can just go straight to this URL, which will be the show. And please join for an enlightening, loving journey through self-love with your fabulous and wonderful Radiating Love's guide, Roni and Aline.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we'll be discussing aging backwards, and I will be sharing beauty secrets with everyone.
Oh, wonderful.
Next Friday, and talking about how to maintain our youthful vitality, energy, and beauty, and
youthfulness,
being healthy.
Yeah.
And so that is next Friday's show, Aging Backwards.
I like that. Aging backwards. Yes. I like that a lot.
35-40.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is age anyway?
Exactly. That's number one, baby.
That's
number
right.
one is letting go of the number, babe.
That's right.
Letting go.
We have a couple of other. Actually, we have one other one before we leave the show today. One other video that we wanted to show.
Oh, that we're going to close the show with
we want you
today.
all to stay tuned. Do not go away. Do not run away yet. We definitely want to be able to leave you with this the video that we want to show you towards the end of the show. But before we do, just wanted to make mention because I think that will inspire people with what we've got. Okay. I really want them to hear that song.
Okay. Well, we as we've been discussing, all music is fabulous. Okay, no, not all music is fabulous. All music is affecting.
Yes.
And we have the phenomenal gift to choose which music we are going to allow ourselves to be affected by. As we do, what kinds of sounds that we will allow ourselves to be affected by. And as Aline said, starting with the self, what kind of sounds are you creating? What words are you using? Your words create a vibration. They have an affecting sound on your ear as well as the ear of someone else. Are you using words that are negative? They have their own vibration. Are you speaking
even your voice.
I was just going there. Your tonality of voice. Is it high? Is it low? Is it calm? Is it soft? Is it angry? Is it loud? These are choices. I can speak to you like this.
Yes.
And it suddenly changes everything.
I don't think people are very aware of how they're speaking. I don't think it's, you're just being. When somebody's just being, they're not realizing.
And yet we can train ourselves.
And it's quite important, because if it is affecting your beingness and your energy that you're putting out and surrounding, yes, I don't like yelling. I don't like it when I yell. I don't like it when my tone becomes, not so nice. These affect our surroundings. These affect
starting
our
with how
lives.
we feel inside of ourselves and what we project out to others.
Exactly.
Yes.
So then starting with where we can start to make these positive changes in our environment on a vibrational sound level.
Yes. Oh, I'm loving this.
Is starting with the self. So if you are starting with the self of your own sounds,
your own music,
who
better to tell us about this than our vocalist? Oh, I'm so excited that this is coming up.
Is how you are emanating your energy and vibration towards, and therefore attracting to others, and what you're sending out and what it is that you'd like to receive. Because, it is all ebb and flowing. It is energy that is a wave. You're making, what is your wave? Make your wave. Be aware of how you're sending out your waves of energy and sound. And then see, and then transform, and then allow yourselves to surround yourself with music that is enticing. Perhaps even get to know more of, if you do create music, if you are a musician, or if you play an instrument, or sing, whatever it is that you do, or even speak poetically. Do a little bit of research on the hertz, tonality hertz as well.
Purist Productions, first of all, thank you for joining. Welcome to the show, and thank you for sharing, which we're going to share with everyone right now. Purist Productions is saying, sound is vibration. Vibration causes form. Different frequencies of vibration raise the evolutionary progress required to experience certain dimensions of form, depending on the consciousness of that receiving it. For those, by the way, whom are unaware, Purist Productions happens to be an electronica DJ who composes his own music and has been so doing since the age of 8. And so what a wonderful gift to have his brilliance here with us now.
Yes.
The choice to evolve through experience. Music is a combination of harmonic tones and frequencies which contain the honest human expression of the artist, the conscious, and observant being, expressing itself individually, in tune or not, with all living things. Electronic music is ever closer to the source, simply because
electronic music sounds begin with an electronic pulse of energy, electricity that is generated in an analog circuitry.
Yes.
The artist can manipulate these frequencies of energy into harmonic tones that resonate with themselves. Once that is achieved, it resonates with all living things. Oh, and does it resonate with all living things? Because all living things are created from vibration, and all living things are one. To know how to access the emotional center of the human mind through different combinations of harmonics, rhythms, tempo, timing, note placement, and structure. It's to the very detail.
Continue.
Consciously is to possess the ability to heal and evolve the mind, heart, and soul through the creation of audible and immersible energy.
The Theory of Note Placement by Ross J. Walsh,
What
otherwise
beauty.
known as Purist Productions, who is available on Facebook.
Yes.
Do go and find him.
Yes.
Ross J. Walsh, Purist Productions on Facebook. He is a genius of phenomenalness, and we are so very blessed
Very
that you
humbled.
chose to join us.
Thank you.
Just as we were speaking of the music tonality that we can choose to create with our own voices, the musical harmony that we as individuals have the ability, without the need for electronica, though we are so totally promoting that here today,
very much.
to affect,
Yes.
starting within and for the self, the energy vibration at which your own heartbeat is beating and affecting, and then emanating out to the all. For again, each individual has an amplifying, exponentially affecting vibrational interaction with all that is. You do make a difference.
Yes.
Just by the tone of your voice. And imagine with electronica music or any musical composition, you are allowing that to be expressed through an external musical composition that can be shared even more easily.
Yes.
With even greater numbers of people.
Therefore expanding and spreading and sharing, and and that is done through the energy. Actually, it's the closest, it's the fastest thing. It's the fastest thing that does bring and unite us all.
I'm like,
it's the fastest.
I'm in such bliss right now. You brought up the whole voice, and Purist Productions Ross shows up, and he just said everything that we've been speaking to here today in such magnificence. Yes, it's bliss, I tell you, bliss.
Yes.
Do you feel? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Woo!
Yes, you see, well, that is the feeling. That is exactly what it is. And in order, and you know what? Even if in other ways that you can help yourself is to just put on the music that makes you feel really, really good, and allow yourself to sort of just become one with the music, because really that's what it is you have to sort of feel the music. You have to ride the music, be on the same vibrational, so because it is a part of you, it is you, it is your body. Allowing yourself, I think, and some people do not allow themselves to sort of dance and to move and you know,
which again, the music will move through you regardless. Because remember, we're all one.
Yeah.
The music is a vibration.
Yes. And synchronization,
you are 100 trillion cells that are all vibrating.
All of it.
And so when the vibration of the music comes, honey, whether you want to move or not, all 100 trillion of your cells inside are dancing, baby. They're dancing. Right. So you can be completely still, and you're still boogieing away.
I really like that. Yes. I just saw every little bit, you know, all of the trillion, 100 trillion
Some people say
cells.
50, some people say 80, some people say 100.
It's
I like 100.
Still trillions, okay? Trillions of cells within the human body are all dancing. They're vibrating to the music. And so if your cells are dancing, then you just can't help but just move. So yes, it is. And that, I think, is another source of healing energy. It is healing energy.
Because imagine your 100 trillion cells, and 50 trillion are going this way, and the other 50 are going this way, and they're jagged.
Yeah.
Because they're not harmonizing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you put on the music that allows for them to flow in their natural, quintessential, inherent state of beingness.
Yeah.
And suddenly, you're flowing.
Yes.
You're not, you're flowing.
Well,
which of course is healing because the energy is allowed to move through,
yeah.
which takes us into the kundalini, your chakras, and that which we hear often being spoken to when people have blockages,
Yeah.
is this very thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Which the sound
Yeah.
flowing
Yeah.
allows for, and thus the healing
Yes.
does occur.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Very
On that
powerful.
note, we'd like to leave you something to inspire, to make you move as we are here speaking about dance and music and energy and vibration and frequencies. So enjoy this little gift that we'd like to share with you right now. And we'll be back.
Imagine yourself. Everywhere you see, there are people, and their people are smiling, and everyone is having a good time, and the people are loving one another, sharing with one another. Imagine a world where there's only peace, where there's no anger, where there's no hate, where there's no war. Imagine a world that is full of nothing but love and full of nothing but joy. This world is something that we need. Imagine. What a wonderful, wonderful. Imagine a world with no color. Everyone will respect one another. Imagine a life with no ending. Every day will be a new beginning. A life that is happy and strong. Full of things that will never go wrong. So come on, let's all get together. And let's sing this song forever. Oh yes, this will be. What a wonderful world. This would be. Yeah. This would be. What a wonderful world. Yes, it will be. Oh yes. This would be. This is a song of freedom, of happiness. This will be.
Woo! Don't you feel good? It's just, euphoric.
Yes,
What can we say? Okay, hello.
It's actually, this song has such a beautiful message.
Yes.
It has such a beautiful message which is what I love about the whole thing. Is it's got a beautiful sound. It makes you want to dance. Makes you feel fabulous. And what a wonderful world it would be
If we all
would just
let
like
go
and being love.
let the love flow.
Yeah.
Like the harmonics of the melody, of positive sound waves vibrating through all of we. Yes.
Yes. So it's inspirational. It is inspirational, and that is what we here at Soul's Talking Brain like to do. Aside from opening a forum of minds and thoughts and ideas and truths and ponderings is also to inspire as much love and beauty in this world as we can.
Yes.
Through every medium and every way, every means, everything.
Right.
And today's is music and sound.
Yes, because there is an infinite number of pathways, and there is no one pathway that is right for everyone. For everyone, there is their own, and their own may be a multitude of pathways, of tools and resources that are provided by our beautiful, wonderful Earth School to uplift, assist, empower, and enlighten. And definitely sound vibrations,
yes,
as beautifully composed into musical compilations, is one very enjoyable way to allow oneself to let go and submerge into the quintessential essence of our beingness, which is love.
Yeah, that's right. Wow.
She's just so taken right now by the whole experience that we got to listen. Every time we hear that song,
it just makes me
just
feel
like,
good.
Hello, okay.
It just makes me feel good. Yes. On that good feeling, do we have anything else before we leave these beautiful people for today?
I think that on that good feeling, we should say, enLIGHTen. We are another you, as you are another we, and blissed exponentially are we by the beautiful opportunity to share in the experience of your beingness here on Soul's Talking Brain.
That's right.
Blessedly be.
Thank you all. Till next Wednesday.
Soul's talking brain, enlightened minds, seeking out truths, seeing the world with the mind of those who see beyond the three-dimensionally. Soul's talking brain, ask the right questions, uncovers the blinds. Soul's talking brain, enlightening minds, oh yeah, seeking out truth. Soul